Hi everyone. So today I want to talk to you about probably one of the biggest questions that I can think of that a lot of people want to know is why I swapped from being at Slimming World, in fact being a Slimming World consultant, to doing calorie counting. And I think it's important to understand kind of where that comes from. So I spent 4 years, just over 4 years, nearly 4.5 years with Slimming World, 2 years as a member beforehand, and then I trained and became a consultant. And then I spent 2 years being a consultant. So I have spent a long time in and around that world. And it would be wrong of me to say that it doesn't work for some people. And I'm a firm believer of finding the right thing that works for you. So if you're at Slimming World and it's working for you, incredible. Keep going, do the best you can. If it stops working at some point, the same as if it stops working with any other plan, then it's worthwhile looking at all the options that you've got available to you. So in terms of my story and where it came from, I struggle with my weight. I've struggled with my weight for a very long time. We're talking 14, 15 years of my adult life. And I joined Slimming World because prior to that I had worked for Weight Watchers. So I've been through, I suppose, and I not only worked for them, I'd been a member for them before. So you go through that scenario, you're a member, then you train, you become a leader or a consultant or a coach, and then you work for them. So I've been working in weight loss for 14 years. So I absolutely have been trained by two of the biggest organisations. In lockdown 1, I was really struggling, as were members massively struggling with getting the weight losses that they wanted. And I could constantly feel myself saying things that didn't feel necessarily like they were perhaps the whole truth to members. So partly because I was doing exactly the same myself and not getting the results I wanted. So the whole kind of concept of if you're on plan, if you're following plan 100%, then of course you will naturally lose weight. And yet I had members and myself doing that and still not getting the result that I wanted. So in lockdown 1, I retrained independently, completely independently in nutrition. I did it through an external place. It was literally just the science of nutrition rather than all of the, I suppose, the slant that any kind of brand puts on it. I just wanted to know the facts. And I wanted to look at that from my own experiences. So I started then applying that knowledge that I was learning into what I was doing day by day. And at this point, by the way, I was still a consultant. I was still looking after members week after week. So I started calorie counting and just questioning some of the things that I had been told over time. And, you know, as I've said before, if it's working for you, amazing. If it's not working for you, if you're struggling, if your consultant is saying to you, like I was saying to my members, if you're 100% on plan, then you'll lose weight, then this is perhaps that light bulb moment that you need. Okay, so I had this moment where I started working out the calories of what my on-plan day would have looked like. Okay, so let me work through it with you. So lunch, I would have had a jacket potato with cheese and beans. It's a very typical on-plan, absolutely. And if I look at the quantities of what I would have had, it works out like this. So I'd have had a large jacket potato or 2 small ones because they are part of the unlimited foods that you can have. So that would have worked out to be around 300 calories. I'd had a whole tin of beans, again, part of the unlimited quantity of foods you can have, so as much as you want. That's 324 calories. And I'd have had 30 grams of cheese on the top of mine. And that would have given me 117-ish sort of calories of cheese, depending on your cheese. That would mean for lunch alone, would work out to be 741 calories. So that's a chunk of my day. If I then look at probably the staple of kind of breakfast in terms of Slimming World, then let's look at overnight oats. So overnight oats, my version of it worked out to be as follows: 40 grams worth of oats, which is around about 156 calories, 200 grams worth of fat-free Greek yogurt, that's 108, 100 grams worth of frozen berries, 38 calories, so the total for breakfast, 302. So I'm at breakfast and lunch and I'm over 1,000 calories. And I'm 100% on plan at this point in time. Okay, so let's look at dinner then. One of my favourite kind of ones, and one that the group would always, or groups, I ran 3 different groups, had licenses for 3 different groups. So I was a multiple franchisee, had 3 different groups. I ran 4 sessions over those 3 groups, and then I would look after another group too. So I'm running sort of 5 sessions a week with hundreds of members split across them. So one of the favourites would then be something like homemade spaghetti bolognese. And mine would work out something like this. So I would buy a big pack of mints. So I'd have about half of that, so about 250 grams worth of mints. Again, it's on that unlimited kind of quantity of stuff you can have, which is about 310 calories. Half a can of chopped tomatoes, 50 calories. Half a carton of passata, because that's how I would make my sauce, 53 calories. 8 calories for about 100 grams worth of mushrooms, 50 grams worth of onions, so about kind of 20 calories for that. Half of red pepper, so around about kind of 100 grams, I suppose, of my red pepper I would chuck in. I would tend to fish out more bits than the other half would have because I like it more. So around 31 calories for that. And then I would just kind of chuck in my spaghetti because it was dried and never had to measure it. I never have a look at a portion size. I could just chuck it in. I've since looked at that portion size and it works out to be about 120 grams worth of spaghetti. That is a whopping 480 calories. So that lot, completely unlimited quantities of food, you can have as much of that as you want to be able to have. No questions, no queries, no nothing. That totally adds up to 952 calories. So in my day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, 100% on plan. I've not stepped outside anything I'm being given. That totals to 1995 calories for just that one day. Now on top of that, let's make this a real day. I would have about 150 calories worth of milk in my tea and coffee. I'd have a packet of crisps. So that's the ones I would have would normally be around sort of 120, 130 kind of calories. A banana, so another 80 to 100 calories worth of banana. Loads of sugar-free squash over the course of the day, 40 calories. A small chocolate treat, because I would still be allowed that to be fully on plan, around kind of 100, 200-ish sort of calories for that. So that adds up to somewhere between another sort of 490 to 620 calories on top of my 1995. So overall, for my day, completely within what I could have, and this is my experience, it may not be yours, this is my personal experience, my 100% plan day, feeling completely in control, would work out to be somewhere between sort of 2,485 and 2,615 calories. So what do I need to lose weight? About 1,500. That's my height, age, weight, gender, and the amount of activity I do. If I want to maintain weight, I need 2,100-ish calories to maintain my weight. So my completely on plan day was taking me somewhere in the region of 400 to 600 calories over my maintenance amount, putting me firmly in again. So doing that day after day, using the same stuff, applying the same rules, feeling like I'm on plan, but getting incredibly frustrated but not seeing the weight losses that I wanted, was because although I was doing that, I was still consuming too many calories. And the science clearly tells us, and in fact, most weight loss plans are based on the fact that it's calories in versus calories out. However they wrap it up, however they package it, whether you're looking at things like keto, whether you're looking at Weight Watchers, whether you're looking at Slim Fat, like the basis of it all is that they want you to be able to be consuming less calories out, less calories in than the calories that you are having out. That's how it works. That's how our bodies work. That's the best science we have available to us. So if you are in that position where you were eating like I was, without thinking about it, staying completely on plan, not measuring anything, there is the possibility that even by doing that, you're having more calories than you would otherwise have realised. And that could be what is stopping you. And there are other things, I suppose, that since I've left, I have looked at more closely. So it's things like I could have as many Muller Lights as I would want, at 99 calories each. Potentially I could have 3,000 calories worth of them in a day if I really wanted to, if that's how I choose to use my allowance. Like dried pasta versus fresh pasta. Like I live in a household where my boys love fresh pasta. Portion size to portion size, actual proper packaged portion size recommendations. We're not talking kind of unlimited amounts here, but package size. So what I would have of it dried versus what I have of it fresh is somewhere in the region of 20 calories difference for the fresh one over the dried one. But my boys love it. And I can cope with 20 calories. I can't even see the difference that fundamentally makes. So in terms of then swapping it around and looking at my day by calories, looking at my family relationship, not making substitutes, not using quark because I don't need to, using the things that work best for us as a family unit, allows me to live the day that I want to be able to have, and know 100% that I am in control of my weight loss. I'm making sure that I'm having less calories in than the calories I'm expending out, and that is getting me a sustainable weight loss. That's how I've gone from being a Slimming Well consultant who was unhappy with where they were within their weight loss. And this is my personal journey. This does not reflect everybody. My personal journey. I made the switch then to calorie counting. And since then, I've gone on to lose over 3 stone. And I'm consistently losing week after week. And you can follow me and follow my journey. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have to the best of my knowledge. I obviously don't work for them. I stopped working for them in August last year, so August 2020. I have set up something on my own. I'm completely transparent about that. And I champion more people being in control of their choices and also having a healthier relationship with the food that they are having. That's my main focus, is to enable people to still lose weight, but to lose weight in a way where they can see it, they can own it, they can be in control of it, they can make the decisions that work best for them, the life they lead, and know that's going to be able to get them a weight loss. I know there are lots of other videos out there, and I'm still going to say it as I've said it at the beginning of this. You need to find what works best for you. And if Slimming World is giving you the results that you want, crack on, stay with it. Don't necessarily make the choice to change. If you are doing any plan, whatever that plan may be, and you are getting to the point where either you are struggling week after week and not getting consistent results, or you are getting frustrated that you're on plan and not losing, then don't necessarily make the switch straight away. Just stop and actually go through. Use Google, your best place to start. Go to Google, work out the calories that you're having from what you're having for that day. Compare that then to, there's plenty of calculators out there. Compare that then to what you would need. Use the NHS one. It's a great benchmark of a place to start. It's completely for free. So have a look at the calculator and just see what that says you should be having per day to be able to lose weight. Mine was about 1400 and the blanket NHS is around 1400 calories. So on theirs, I was way over what I would need to be having. On some days, potentially over 1,000 calories a day more than I would have needed to have lost weight. And that's my honest, transparent reason as to why I stopped doing Slimming World and started counting calories. And I'm happy to answer any questions. I hope that helps. And I hope that gives you perhaps just a little bit of relief if you are feeling that you are a failure, that you've done something wrong, that you're ashamed of the fact that you're supposed to be doing this and you're not losing. I just hope that maybe gives you a way of finding some answers for yourself and putting you back in control of your weight loss journey. All right, take care.